I've been away and lubricated it and moved everything around, so what it should look like is that the carriage release button here, when you push that back, the lever here is displaced and then returns easily back to its original position. When you turn the crank, this little pin pops out here, and that's the pin that engages with holes in the carriage to stop the carriage moving while the rotor is turning. What's the next thing? Oh yes, the bar that operates the bell moves. There's a bar here that operates an interlock that prevents the rotor from being turned when the carriage is being cleared, or when the pins are being reset. I'll show you the there's a lever here that's connected to the bit in the front, which engages with the gap in the rotor when the carriage is being cleared. And there's also, I don't know whether you can see, there's a pin on the side of the lever here, where this fork on the control register engages, and then when this is cleared, it'll engage the lever in the slot and prevent the rotor from being turned while the machine's being cleared. Sorry, I'll do that in view of the camera. So there we go, you can see there's a cam that operates this lever. Right, the next thing I'll do is replace the control register. In order to put this back, first of all, there's a pin in there that when you turn this, the pin rides on a cam surface to displace the shaft sideways. So you want to start with it in this position, such that it's resting in its little location there, and the first thing that happens when you turn the wheel is that it's displaced sideways. Right, the next thing is to, it's not really essential, but approximately line up the zeros. Right, the next thing, this is rather tricky. You offer up the control register to the machine, making sure that that fork engages with the peg on the interlock lever. And there are two dowel pins here that engage with holes in the framework of the machine, and you also see the screw holes. So what I'm going to do is engage I think the easiest thing to do actually is to oh yeah, that's I think that's more or less in position. So what I'll just, there's a dowel pin there that isn't engaged. That one is. I'll just give it a little tap. There we are. So now that's in very roughly, well, that's everything but screwed in. Next thing to do, this is a procedure that I've found works quite well for me anyway, is put 2 screws in, the bottom 2 screws, but put them in fairly loosely. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, so those 2 screws are in, but nowhere near tightened up, because what I want to do now is push the top edge away to disengage the wheels. Are currently, you can see that the wheels are engaged with the setting pins, but they're not lined up properly. So the thing to do is to disengage that by pushing it out, and push it far enough away that you can move the wheels without actually moving the setting pins. So this is sort of getting them lined up more or less to 0, and then when you've got them lined up, engage it. You might need to jiggle the levers a little bit, and alright, we got, and then it just popped into place. And what you'll see here is that, one of these levers is setting correctly. The number is on a 1 instead of a 0. So if that happens, you just move it to the back, move the number that, and then I'll bring it forward again, jiggling, making sure that all the setting levers are on are at 0, and it's just it's a fiddle. Not right again. So it's just a matter of lining the numbers up. Ooh, that one's, I think we're nearly there. There we go. So they're all lined up, and that will go to 9. So all that, and yeah, hopefully, if I set it to 9 and then operate the clearing lever, ought to go back to 0. Yeah. So before I do anything else, get screws in there, tighten it up. Tap this dowel pin in. If the dowel pins aren't in, you can't get the back on properly because they stick out. So hopefully, after having done that, you can set the rotor input pins to whatever you like and clear them all to 0. Just make sure I've got the zeros all lined up with the with the slot in the case. Just a rough fit of the cover, and there we go. All you can see it. All the zeros line up with the hole. So next stage will be the fitting the carriage, and I'll do that when I come.